Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you. Today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of June 29th through July 3rd, 2020. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame. This way I can show you what has happened this past week. Okay, and then we're going to compare that to larger time frames such as the 4-hour daily and weekly. And then I'm going to try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so to begin with, I just want to say that this past week, pretty much everything was in a flat range of market. Okay, there were some highs and lows, but overall, everything was moving kind of in a sideways fashion. Okay, that indicates that there is a big fight between the bulls and the bears right now. Okay, there's a lot of indecision in the market. I have a strong feeling we're probably going to see a continuation of that this coming week. Okay. So do not be surprised, okay? Do not be surprised if we don't see any big uptrends or big downtrends. It's okay, okay? You can trade on smaller time frames, such as the 15-minute or even 30-minute chart, and trade from arrow to arrow. It should be perfectly fine, okay? But let's start here. Let's look at Euro USD, okay? Let's look at Euro USD here. We see that the price had gone up, right? And then back down again, and now it's just kind of dead. Okay, it's just running in a flat, sideways fashion. Okay, it should be going up this week. That's all dependent upon the U.S. dollar. If the U.S. dollar drops, then yes, this will be going up. Okay, and we're going to talk about it more in a minute. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart, we had a red arrow here and then a blue arrow, but no more red arrow. Okay, so based on that, it should be going up this week. Okay, we should see this price go up and possibly form a red arrow at some point. We don't know if it hit this point or the previous high. Okay, but you definitely stand a chance to gain at least 500 pips out of this deal. Okay, 500 pips or points. You definitely would want to buy this week. If we look at the daily chart, same scenario. Okay, we have an up arrow, red arrow, blue arrow, but no red arrow. Okay, so the trend is still bullish, still wanting to go up. Okay, but you know, like right now, you can see out here the past few weeks it's been running in a kind of sideways fashion. Look at the weekly chart, same thing. Okay, red arrow, blue arrow, but no more red arrow. Long term, this definitely will be going up. Okay, so if you wanted to buy and hold long term, you definitely could. So anyhow, like I said, this should be going up. Now, one thing to note, watch this. I was looking at this earlier. We draw a resistance like this. Okay. Now this is not perfect, but what we see here is like this. Okay, we have a resistance here, resistance. The resistance broke right here. Okay, the resistance broke and now hit a support. So based on this, the price should be going up now. Okay, so right now, to me, right now is an excellent time to buy, and then hold until you get the next red arrow. Okay, I would do it on a 30-minute chart. Okay, keep it on 30-minute chart. Wait for the next red arrow, and then you can sell again. Okay, moving on to GBP USD. Okay, moving on to GBP USD, we kind of see the exact same format. Okay, price had gone up, back down, and now it just kind of running in a sideways fashion. Now, will it be going back up? Well, let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart shows a pretty strong signal to buy. Right? It has not repainted, so based on this, it should be going up. Only thing is, we have a level of support right here, and resistance, and that has actually broken slightly. Okay, so based on that, it could, I don't know, it could drop some more. We don't know, but it doesn't matter. All right, it doesn't matter. We definitely do not want to sell. All you have to do in this particular case is draw a trend line like this. Okay, that's going to go from this point to this point, and we're looking for that to break. If this breaks by like 2 or 3 candles above using the 4-hour chart, then you can buy and hold until you get the next red arrow, and you can use a 1-hour chart. Okay, wait for the next red arrow. It's going to take some time. Probably about Tuesday going to Wednesday, you should be able to see the opportunity to buy. Okay, so I don't think, I don't know if it's even going to break this week, honestly. We're going to see the price go up, hit this resistance, and come back down again. Eventually, this will break. Okay, so it's going to take a few days. Do not, jump into a buy trade right this very minute. Okay, I would look for a long-term trend to break. Okay, and that's exactly what we're looking for here. Yes, you can buy now, but I probably would avoid that. I don't know, just because if you buy now, there's always a chance it could keep dropping. So we want to follow the trend lines. Okay, and moving on to Australian dollar, US dollar. Again, we see kind of the same fashion. Price had gone up, back down. Now it's just moving in a sideways manner. Okay, we got some highs and lows mixed in here, but really there's no trends. Okay, there's no new trends. Now the last arrow here on the 30-minute chart was a blue arrow, meaning it should be going up. Okay, but like I said before in the beginning, I think we're going to see a continuation of this range of market. Okay, all these here, is not looking really good for any new trends. Okay, yes, Euro USD should be going up, but all these AUD USD, all these are going to be going in a sideways fashion. If you look at the 4-hour chart here, okay, the 4-hour chart shows it go down, and this is a little bit different than the previous, but we have a blue arrow but no red arrow. But what I expect is for this to stay in a continued flat range of market. That's what I'm trying to say. So AUD USD is a little bit different. Right now, on the weekly we have an up arrow, but the daily shows a down arrow. So we definitely have some strong resistance. It definitely wants to drop. Okay, I think AUD USD would be looking to sell this week versus the previous two. But again, I do not see any reason why we cannot both buy and sell. Okay, if we keep this on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, keep this on a 30-minute time frame and do trade from arrow to arrow. Okay, buy and sell based on each arrow. Buy on the blue arrow and close on the red arrow. Okay, and then sell on the red arrow, close on the blue arrow. Just repeat that process this week, and you should be perfectly fine. Okay, like I said, overall, based on the 4-hour chart or the daily chart, it should be going down, but I don't see any new trends developing this week. Okay, it's going to take some time before we see any solid downtrends. And the Australian dollar has been very strong, so don't expect it to drop anytime soon. Now let's move on to US dollar, Swiss franc. Okay, again, we see kind of the opposite of what we saw before. The price had dropped, gone back up. Now it's forming a flat range of market. Okay, so just like I said before, all the pairs are in a flat range of market right now, and we're probably going to see a continuation of that. All right, now let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart has an up arrow, and it should be going up. Now, wait a minute. This is the problem I have right now. Okay, if we look at Euro USD on a 4-hour chart, it has a blue arrow, no red arrow. If we look at USD Swiss franc on a 4-hour chart, it has a blue arrow but no red arrow. So, both of these cannot go up at the same time. Okay, if Euro goes up, US dollar must go down. If US dollar goes up, Euro must come down. You understand? So that is my dilemma right now. Okay, if the US dollar does in fact go up, it's going to cause the GBP USD to go down, Australian dollar, US dollar, AUD USD to drop, Euro USD to drop. All these pairs I showed you are going to drop. Okay, so now we have a bit of a dilemma. Okay, even USD JPY, you look in the 4-hour chart, it shows to go up. US dollar Canadian on the 4-hour chart shows to drop. Well, that's a little bit different of an animal. But looking at US dollar Swiss franc, okay, It is set to go up. It's not really going up though, is it? So, like I said, it's all dependent upon what actually happens in the market. If you look at the daily chart, even the weekly, what happened here? Okay, the daily chart shows to go down, and the weekly shows to go up. Okay, it's been showing that for a while. But based on the weekly chart, okay, we hit some strong levels of support and should be going up. Watch this. You could draw like this, makes a perfect trend line, perfect support going up. So I feel that long term this definitely will be going up. Okay, that's the US dollar. If the US dollar goes up, it's going to cause the euro, the Great British pound, and the Australian dollar to drop. Okay, so pay attention this week. Okay, be on the lookout. Do not think you can just buy or sell. And really, ultimately, you can keep everything on a 30-minute chart, and you can trade from arrow to arrow. Okay, doesn't matter what currency pair you use, because everything right now is in a gridlock. If the U.S. dollar is fighting to go up, and the euro is fighting to go up, the Great British pound is fighting to go up, Australian dollar is fighting to go up. Everybody's fighting to go up right now. So there's going to be a lot of indecision in the market. Okay, let's look at U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, I briefly showed you that it's the same scenario. Okay, the price had gone well down, up, and sideways, but more or less is in a flat range of market. Okay, and like I said, on the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart shows to go up. Okay, and the daily chart shows to go up, but the weekly shows to go up as well. Okay, so this is definitely wanting to go up. Okay, this is definitely wanting to go up, but will it go up or will it not? If the U.S. dollar goes up, like I said, the euro is going to drop, the pound's going to drop. So be on the lookout for this to go up. You could actually mark for U.S. dollar, Japanese yen, you have a resistance right here. Okay, pretty strong resistance. You have another resistance right here. Okay, it's a strong resistance. And what we're looking for is this to break above and then eventually go to this resistance. Okay, and that's going to take a few weeks. It's not going to happen overnight. Probably it will go up, hit this resistance, and drop back down. I feel very strongly we're just going to see a flat range of market, at least for USD JPY, and you could put on a 30-minute time frame and trade from arrow to arrow. As you can see, right at this moment is a good time to buy. You can catch a few pips on the way up, wait for the red arrow, and then sell again. Okay, close to trade on the opposite arrow. Very simple. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, let's look at USD CAD real quick. Okay, so I don't have to ramble so much. This is kind of a different animal because US dollar and Canadian dollar are like almost matched to each other, but they behave a little bit differently. But anyhow, this one dropped and came back up and is kind of moving in a sideways fashion right now. So question is it going to keep dropping? Okay. The other USD pairs are slated to go up. This one's slated to go down. But, you know, it depends. This Friday is the non-farm payroll, so we got to be careful about that as well. Okay. The thing about USD CAD is that this has been working its way down for so long. Okay. Put it on a daily chart. Since this was spiked up in the beginning of March, okay, when the coronavirus first kicked off, and ever since then it's been going down steadily. Okay, same thing on the weekly chart. It's still slated to drop. Okay, look here on the 4-hour chart. Okay, we did a double top. Okay, so I would definitely be looking to sell the USD CAD this week. Unlike the other USD pairs, I would be looking to sell this week. Okay. Right now, I think, at least according to the 1-hour, even the 4-hour chart, I would sell right now and wait for the next blue arrow. Okay. There's not too many times in history where we've seen 2 red arrows or 3 red arrows. You know, every time you see 2 red arrows, it's always followed by a blue arrow. Okay, 2 consecutive. Now you see here, there's 2 consecutive red arrows followed by a blue arrow. Okay, Now this red arrow, you would have lost money. Here's 2 red arrows followed by a blue arrow. Okay. Now here are 3 red arrows followed by a blue arrow. So yes, there's a possibility we could form a third, but generally speaking, if you have 2 red arrows, it's preceded by or followed by a blue arrow. Okay, so I think that this is definitely going to be dropping this week, and we could definitely sell and wait, keep it on the 1 hour chart, and wait for the next blue arrow, and you'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so anyhow, that concludes my weekly trade predictions. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments about this. Like I said, trade from arrow to arrow on a 15-minute or 30-minute time frame. Either time frame will be fine. Trade on the smaller time frames from arrow to arrow, you'll be perfectly fine. Simply because I feel that everything's going to be in a flat range of market this week. Okay, I do not expect any major trends to develop. Like I said, the U.S. dollar is fighting to go up, euro is fighting to go up, pound is fighting to go up, and Australian dollar is fighting to go up. All these pairs are fighting to go up, which is going to cause a lot of instability in the market. Okay, nothing is going to, just agree. Okay, nothing's going to connect properly, and that's okay. That's actually a perfect time to trade when you have instability like that. Okay, you just got to keep on a smaller time frame and only focus on small profits every single day, and you'll be perfectly fine. Okay, get 100, 200 points every single day, and you're just fine. You don't need dozens of currency pairs either. Just pick a few of these currency pairs, trade off of them, and you'll have a lot of profit every single week. Okay, so anyhow, let me know if you have any questions. There's a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first if you have any questions at all. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group, and you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so that this way, at least myself or other traders, we can all assist you, and we can all collaborate as a team. Okay, that's the whole idea about having this Facebook group. So, anyhow, I look forward to helping you. Please let me know any questions. Thank you. Have a wonderful week.